I've never used the microphone before, it's a bit scary. I used to be a teacher and do school assemblies, but it was alright because nobody was listening, so if you want to just chuck things, whatever, feel free. Now, as you've seen from what Joan's been saying about, Extinction Rebellion is broken down into lots of different subgroups, smaller groups, and we have internal coordinators and external coordinators, and I'm the external coordinator for the Accessibility and Equality Working Group. So basically the idea of our group is to make sure that everybody can access everything that we do at XR. It's really, really important that it's open for everybody. I think probably most of us sitting here, we think we're quite cool, we're not biased against anybody, we don't discriminate against anybody. But the thing is, are we really giving everybody a fair chance at accessing the things that we do at Extinction Rebellion? I don't really think that we're properly aware of the needs of the people around us, because not everybody's in wheelchairs, not everybody's got one leg, not everybody's got one arm, whatever. And there's a lot of people that in the group that actually need extra help, extra support to be able to go to meetings, to be able to go to actions, all those sorts of things that probably we don't even think about. If we think, well, we've got a ramp, that's fine, all right. But actually things are a bit more complicated than just being able to get actually in the building. I hate the word normal, but if people think, if people look normal, they're okay. But actually, things like depression, anxiety, PTSD, all those sorts of things people don't know about, still have to be catered for within an organisation, because everybody's got an equal voice in the Extinction Rebellion. So, what is really important with any action is to try and adapt the environment as much as we can to fit the individual, not for the individual to try and fit into our environment, okay? I've been to meetings before when there's been music going on, it's been too loud, nobody can know what's going on. That's no good. Okay, we have to make sure that the environment that we are providing for our members is suitable for their needs. And the fact is also that members have got the confidence that they can actually raise these issues. If they can't hear, they can say. If it's too busy, they can say. If they want to be somewhere else, they can say. Okay, it's a non-judgmental, all-inclusive environment. It's really important. It's a working group. We make sure that everybody's needs are actually properly catered for. So, by removing barriers, we can make all society, particularly Extinction Rebellion, accessible for everybody. And these barriers can be physical barriers, like I said, about choosing an accessible venue, making sure people can get in the building, or they can be attitudinal values. My son's not here today, he's got a stinky cold, so he'd stay at home, but he's got learning difficulties. And he takes a long time sometimes to say what he wants to say, but when he says it, it matters. When he says it's important, and his voice is as equal value to anybody sitting in this room, but it's making sure that people have given him the space to be able to say what he needs to say. All right, don't assume because people can't talk in a traditional way that they haven't got a voice, because they have. So as a working group, this is what I can talk about. You're going to be working really hard to ensure that Extinction Rebellion Wimborne is accessible to everybody and inclusive for everybody, regardless of their disability, but not only their disability, their gender, their culture, sexual orientation, or any other feature which may make inclusivity harder, okay? And it's the perception of those people. We might think that we've been inclusive, but if people don't feel they're feeling included, then that is important, as important a barrier than actually not, being able to access a building. It's how people feel about being part of the group. If you're doing action, either as a working group or en masse, we must make sure that the needs of everyone are catered for as much as possible. Do we need signers? Where are safe spaces? Do rebels need support? What's really important is we don't make assumptions about what is needed or what is best for other people, because a dialogue has to be had between ourselves and those people that need the extra support. There's no point in saying, well, yeah, you need this, you need that. Well, actually, do they? You tell us. People tell us what you need, and then we'll try as far as we can to make sure that we can provide that for you. I love a quote by George Joe. I think so it says. He says, inclusion is not bringing people into whatever exists, it's making a new space, a better space for everybody, and that's what we need to do as part of Extinction Rebellion, making a good space for everybody. After all, one of XR's core principles and value states, we welcome everyone and every part of everyone. And this is fundamental and non-negotiable. We all share this earth, and every single person is a valued member of it, and every single person is going to be impacted by the climate crisis which we're facing at the moment, whether they're disabled, not disabled, whatever, okay? I just want to finish on one last thing. Vernon Myers once said that diversity is being invited to the party, inclusion is being asked to dance. And we need to make sure that within XR especially, everyone is able to have good old boogie. Okay, thank you.